and welcome back to Just Josh Draws. I am Just Josh, and today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. I'm actually going to be going back to the beginning, to the original Legends Retold episode. And I'm going to be explaining to you guys at the end of the video why I never debuted it on here, why Santa Claus and Krampus were the first videos that ever showed up on the channel when I started things over. But for now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with today's Legends Retold, Alice in Wonderland. The first character design we're going to work on in this series is going to be the Mad Hatter. The twist for this character is going to be that he isn't exactly mad all the time. The character is actually quite sane, and he's a very logical thinker. I wanted him to be precise and calculated, and someone who is actually a very loyal and helpful subject of the White Queen, perhaps even her right-hand man or bodyguard. I wanted him to be based off of a musketeer because I thought that that would suit serving royalty as a warrior, and also I figured if I designed him a weapon, I would design a weapon based off of a sewing needle, which looked a lot like a musketeer's rapier. In regards to the backstory of the character, I decided that the Mad Hatter was a part of him, but he's sealed away by the White Queen long ago, and it's basically held back by a seal on his eye. If the seal is ever broken, the actual Mad Hatter would escape, almost like a Jekyll and Hyde situation. And this character is a fearsome enemy on the battlefield, and he actually used to serve the Red Queen, and he is a big part of the reason that the Red Queen is so feared in Wonderland. Now, in regards to his color scheme, I decided to go traditional with it and use greens and purples and bright colors, but I wanted him to still be a cool but fun character. The second character that we're going to be working on is the Cheshire Cat. In my mind, I pictured the Cheshire Cat as someone out of place. He kind of fits in the scheme of Wonderland, mainly because he's an oddity, not because he actually seems like he belongs there. So when I was designing him, I decided to make him kind of a genie, like perhaps a cat spirit or something from another land that was sealed in an object that got lost in Wonderland, perhaps. Someone freed him, and basically he's been wandering around Wonderland ever since. Maybe either he's forced to, or he just does because he finds the people there fascinating. I decided to allow that to inspire the design, which I kind of focused on a kind of a genie type design. I gave him a mask because every facial design I did kind of looked creepy, to be honest, when you coupled the smile with the rest of the face. So I figured the mask is kind of his way of hiding his otherwise pretty obvious creepiness. I wanted him to have a human form, and of course I would draw a cat form, but I was a bit short on time, and it's something I'd like to explore in the future. But basically, his design is very loose-fitting and flowy because he kind of floats through the air. In regards to the color scheme that I decided to go with, I actually surprisingly didn't go with the color like everybody's used to, like purple or blue. In the books, the original stories, he's actually brown and tan, which I thought suited this character in its Middle Eastern styling. So I decided to make the character look like he was brown and tan and a little bit of an orange brown with some gold trim, and I think that suited him. Now, the final character that we're going to be drawing is, of course, Alice. She's a younger character because in the story she's around 7 or 8 years old, so I wanted to explore that vibe of almost a rogue type character, someone who's very quick, agile, uses throwing weapons perhaps, someone who would have been trained by the Mad Hatter, well, just Hatter, in the ways of combat so she could fight alongside them during the great battles ahead. I wanted to give her essentially a leather version of her existing dress, so I turned it into like a leather rogue armor suit, including pants and guards for her legs and arms. I decided to give her the warble blade, but in regards to the design, I changed it up from what people might be familiar with because there really is no description of that sword in the story, other than that it's freakishly sharp. when it came down to how I wanted to style her hair and everything else, I wanted to maintain the integrity of her original color scheme and design, but I also wanted to make her illustration more practical. So I did give her kind of a braid that leads off her back, and I gave her some guards and pouches that she could wear that would be more practical in a combat situation. Like I said, I focused on her being an agile character who throws weapons primarily, probably would use the Vorpal blade as a last resort because she's so young and small. And I also wanted to emblazon the White Queen's chest piece emblem on her armor as if it was like, you know, embellished on there. These are the final character designs, and to finish things off, I'm going to go ahead and compile these characters with a few others into a final movie poster. And those are the finished designs. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and my take on the characters. If you did, or you had any feedback or any questions regarding other characters that I, kind of previewed in the poster at the end, definitely go ahead and hit me up in the comments below. I'll be keeping an eye out on those, and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. Funny story about this particular video, it's actually the first fairy tale kind of video that I did. I actually decided to start everything back up with this premise in mind because of a competition for drawing with Jazza, or Jazza's channel is called now. He's hosting a competition with the opportunity for 7 lucky people to be featured on his channel. I entered, and it was enough of a motivator to get me started again on YouTube, and so I'm really thankful for that motivation. I did not win, but that's okay. I want to thank Jazza again for that opportunity either way, and I'm really excited to one day meet him and see him as a peer in this community aside from me just being a fan. So when that day comes, I'll be hoping to see you at VidCon or something like that one day, Jazza, and that'll be huge for me. A milestone for me, I guess we would put it as that way. But yeah, that's the interesting thing is that I made this video before the beginning of the year, pretty much to get ready for this competition. So it was kind of the first proof of concept with poster and like the sequence, how I do these videos. So that's probably why it feels a little bit not as polished as my current ones that I've been doing, which I find kind of funny, I guess. But regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, I really appreciate it if you'd subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you guys be notified anytime that I upload a new story or fairy tale. Legends Retold. It's just kind of a cool name I thought to give the series because, I figure they're kind of legendary tales, and it'd be fun to see how I would tell them if I was coming up with them from scratch. So, again, thank you guys for taking the time to watch this and my whole thankfulness rant. But other than that, if you guys are interested in any other fairy tales, I actually recently came across a fairy tale book that I'm gonna be reading through. It has 23 different tales, and you know, I really want to go ahead and flip through that and see if there's any other ones that would be really fun to redo. I'm also looking forward to our next upcoming Legends Retold, because it's gonna have some fun new elements in it that I was kind of nervous about originally because it's a little bit time consuming, but I'll be really excited to share that with you guys. Other than that, I'm going to have the prints and posters and stuff up for these particular ones and all the other past videos as well. Those are all going to be up on my website at justjoshdraws.com. So if you're interested and you like the posters, you want to own one, you can definitely go ahead and check out the link there. It'll be in the description. I really appreciate any support. But other than that, thank you once again for watching. And until next time, keep creating, guys. Okay?
Unnecessary.
So, without further ado, today's character story. Alright, and those are the finished designs. The microphone's off again. There's a reason why I didn't premiere it first before Santa or all those other ones, and I'm really excited to tell you guys why at the end of the video. That doesn't make sense. I'm not excited to tell them why I lost the contest. It's not exciting.
I'm excited to tell you why I lost the contest.
I did. I'm not excited.